Hey everybody, it's Kyle coming to you from my car. Yeah. Went and got my shots, just kind of chilling, and it's nice outside, so I got the windows open, so you might hear a little bit, some birdies and some highway traffic over there, not too far from me, guy mowing the lawn. Sounds kind of nice. Anyway, thought I'd do it with the windows down so you guys could hear all that. All right, let's see what's going on that's good in my life right now. Well, quite a bit. I mean, again, that trip was fantastic. We had a great time. So we've pretty much recovered from that. It was so much walking, man. I looked and it was like 8.7 miles was the smallest amount that I had walked in a day when I was there. So we walked a lot. Probably over 10 miles every day. But it was worth it. But needless to say, my feet were killing me. As a matter of fact, my left one, I couldn't even feel it, from my big toe down for a ways. Now I'm getting to be an old man podcast. I'm starting to complain about my aches and pains. Anyway, I feel good now. I feel fine. And then this was Easter weekend. That was great. We didn't do anything, which was awesome. We had no plans. We just kind of took it easy and hung out together and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just kind of relaxing. We got a lot of stuff to do this spring, to get everything ready in the back. And we're talking about, getting the front porch done and all that stuff. And that's going to be a whole other ball of wax of concrete. So, luckily our neighbor knows some people and worked with them for a while. So we'll see. Maybe he has some good recommendations on that. Here comes somebody zipping up here, right? It's always funny to see these people drive through these parking lots, man. But, yeah, so just doing nothing. That's what's going good for me. I've just been kind of chilling out. I've been playing a few games here and there, not much. Watching some movies. I subscribed to Shudder again. This will be like the third time I think that I've subscribed and then later dropped it because I know I'll drop it again. But I wanted to watch a few documentaries that were on it and some other stuff. So that's been kind of fun. That's something good that's going on in my life. Just kind of perusing that catalog and finding some cool things that I want to see and checking those out. So yeah, I mean, not a ton, guys, but everything's pretty good. My daughter's doing good in track, looking like varsity for her for track for her freshman year. My son's doing all kinds of great stuff. I'm taking him to his first college campus visit this Saturday, about 2 hours away from here. Just far enough, really, I think. But he may just go to the JUCO here for the first year, make sure that it's the right flavors for him if he wants to go for the full college experience before just jumping in there. It's not as cheap as it was in the late 80s, early 90s when I went. And it wasn't cheap then, but now it's astronomical. So if he can get on the A+ program, which helps kids graduating and everything get into junior colleges and the like with, I think, either no tuition or reduced tuition. I can't remember. But that would be good, I think, for this first year. But we'll see. Who knows? I'm not going to dissuade him from going to a full university, but I would recommend to him that you ought to really think about it because it's overpriced right now. And while I'm very proud that I have 2 degrees from the University of Kansas, I also didn't have to pay, $120,000 to make that happen. It was a lot more reasonable when I went there. So, but anyway, I'm going to take him to that. That's exciting. Going to go check that out. And, hopefully that'll be a good thing for him. So, very proud that this is happening already. I mean, he's not even a senior till next year, but he's pretty excited. He's got some plans and some ideas on what he wants to do too, which is awesome. All right. Well, I'm going to throw it over to Kyle real quick, everybody. And, that was what was that song called? It's De La Soul. I got my De La Soul is Dead album. That is a roller skating jam named Saturdays that you heard at the top there. Pretty cool tune. It's probably the most known tune off that album, actually. But yeah, I've been listening to that a lot. It's pretty cool. I'm going to throw it over to Kyle real quick, come back, talk about some things that I'm into, and I'll talk a little more on that De La Soul album. Hey, Kyle. All right, we're back. All right, so what am I listening to? Well, the De La Soul album that I told you guys about. And then I also picked up, is it Jack Harlow? I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I think it is. That's so sad, right? I'm going to explain it, but I don't even know the guy's name. It is Jack Harlow. Yeah. I picked up his newest album, I believe, which is called Come Home, The Kids Miss You. I wasn't sure about that guy at first, you know? But I got to tell you, he's pretty solid. I like him. I like his style of rap. It's not the usual mumble crap rap. But yeah, I really dig it a lot. And then that De La Soul album that I played for you guys at the top there, man, I can't say enough good things about that album. It's, you know, De La Soul is just kind of something special in my opinion. So let me get a drink. De La Soul is kind of something special in my opinion. And you know, I'm glad they're re-releasing all their albums. As a matter of fact, the AOI albums, which are my two favorites, which is Mosaic Thump is the first one. The second one is Bionics. But AOI is Art Official Intelligence. So not artificial intelligence, but art, A-R-T, official, as in an official, or something being official, and intelligence. So they're really cool records, or cool albums, you know. I'm excited to possibly get those on vinyl, because I will listen to the crap out of both of those. I love those albums. But that's about it on music. Nothing else. I did listen to the new single from Greta Van Fleet. It sounds pretty good. I'm excited they got a new record coming out. That's kind of interesting. And, I did order... Or no, I didn't. No, I was looking pretty hard at a new record from... Or not a new record, but a reprint from Harmar Superstar. But I held off for now. But, I need to slow down. Not this coming weekend, but the next weekend is Record Store Day. And I'm not really sure. There are some new things that I added, by the way. I'll just tell you about those real quick because, I talked a little bit about how things may change and stuff like that. So the new ones that I added on that I saw that weren't there before, Brownout. The group Brownout is kind of like a jazz funk band, all mostly a lot of brass, not mostly brass, but a lot of brass. But Brown Sabbath Volume 1. So their take on Black Sabbath. I have already Public Enemy, their take on Fear of a Black Planet. It's called Fear of a Brown Planet. Great stuff. So that was one I saw where I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely want to get that. And then the other one I came across that wasn't on there before is Generation X, which is the debut record by the band that Billy Idol was in before he kind of went off on his own and became super crazy famous. But yeah, that one's pretty exciting. I'm excited to possibly get that one as well. It's short, if I remember correctly. I had it on cassette at one point. I looked and I don't have it anymore, but it's punk, but a different type of punk, maybe from Great Britain, early 80s punk maybe, instead of the late 70s stuff. But yeah, it's good. I'm looking forward to possibly getting that one as well. And then I've told you guys about the rest of them, so no need to go into that. All right, so what am I watching? Well, a few things. Like I said, I've been watching Shudder. And, if you're into horror, sci-fi, fantasy stuff, it's only $6 a month for that channel, or for that streaming service. And they do have a lot of stuff on there. My problem is that I hit it real hard when I first have it, or I think of something I want to watch on it, and I hit it hard for a while, and then I kind of forget that I have it, because I go through Amazon Prime Video for it, and so I just subscribed in Prime, so it's just one of my channels in there. So I kind of forget that it's even there. I need to be a little better at that and figure out some things I want to watch in there and make an effort to watch them. But I have watched a few things. I watched a really great documentary in there. I'm trying to think of what it was called exactly, but it's, you know, they did multiple sequels to Nightmare on Elm Street. Everybody knows that. That's no secret. But I don't recall Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, I think, from 1985. But this documentary is about the main star of that movie. And he's an actor. Let me see, what is his name exactly? That's Nightmare on Elm Street, doofuses. Let me see if I've got his name here. Mark Patton. Okay. This documentary is about, he was, first off, let me just kind of give you a little background, and they talk about this in the movie, but he was a closeted gay actor at that time. And he's actually from Kansas City area, believe it or not. But he I'm stumbling, I'm sorry. He basically, the film was a little more, I guess, gay than you might have thought. And it's he's from Kansas City, Missouri. It ended up being a bad thing for him because he was called the first male scream queen. Okay. The reason he was called that was for a lot of reasons. But he basically, it's called Scream Queen. My Nightmare on Elm Street is the name of the documentary. But he basically was outed through that movie. And it kind of ruined his career because when he talked to his agent afterwards, he said, what are some other, main star things that I could be in? And he said, well, we'll probably have to put you as a character actor because there was a huge AIDS scare at that time. I mean, Rock Hudson had just died and AIDS was kind of running rampant. As a matter of fact, a significant other of his got AIDS and died. And there was just a lot of fear and panic in Hollywood at the time. So you couple that with the fact that he was a little more feminine and everything in that film. And there's a dance sequence in particular that he kind of improvised that's just wild. So that's why I don't really remember the film. I probably would have remembered that, but you'll have to see it. It's an incredible documentary about this man's journey and everything that he's gone through as a result of that film. And really, his big beef with it was that the guy who wrote it knew he was writing a film that had to do with homosexuality and had some of those undertones. And no one told anybody about it. It just kind of materialized. And then everybody's like, oh my God, who's this gay hero in this Freddy movie? So it kind of ruined his career. The 80s were not pleasant towards homosexuals, for sure. Check it out if you get a chance, man. It is a trip. And I can tell you it's pretty emotional. It's pretty sad. But it's amazing at the same time. And an excellent, excellent documentary. And then I watched, last night I watched the McPherson tape. I'm not sure if you know what that is. But I believe it came out in 1989. I don't know, man. It could have come out later for all I know. Sure looks like it came out in the 80s. But what it is a found footage film, kind of horrific sci-fi film about a family that goes to celebrate a birthday for a 5-year-old girl. Up in the mountains, their mother has a house there, and these 3 boys kind of grew up there. And basically, it's an alien invasion, okay? And it's only like about an hour and 7 minutes maybe, But this videotape is basically everything this guy's walking around with a camcorder at the time, which was pretty rare. Because supposedly it's 1983 in the film. Very rare in 1983 to have a VHS camcorder. But, or it might not have been VHS, I don't know. But anyway, it's an hour's worth of tape uncut that shows the goings on and everything that happens leading up to this this UFO landing and aliens coming. It's weird, man. You have to see it. I'm not sure how I feel about it exactly. The only thing I would say is, if it's 1989 when this came out, this is the first found footage film, you know? You could argue that as far as the big, you know, influx of found footage films into Hollywood, starting with Blair Witch Project, and then you got, you know, Paranormal Activity. There's a bunch of them. This would be the first one, because it came a decade before Blair Witch in 1989. And it's pretty crazy. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it, but I would say, you know, if this is from 1989 when it was released, supposedly everything that's happening is in 1983, they did a pretty damn good job of building the tension and all that stuff. And yeah, the effects aren't super great. I think the guy made it for like $6,000. But yeah, it's pretty wild. If you are interested in UFOs at all, you should watch it. Definitely. And it's on Shudder. And then I started watching The Company of Wolves, which is a pretty wild film as well. Yeah, that's Angela Lansbury, Stephen Ray's in it, David Warner. It's a Neil Jordan film from probably like 1983 maybe, or 82. But it's pretty wild. Yeah, I was watching that as well. And then I started watching Chopping Mall last night, which is from 1985. And it's about these security robots. Okay, first of all, The Company of Wolves is an odd, roundabout way of a take on Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, so there you go. Chopping Mall is about this security system with 3 robots that gets installed into this mall and wreaks havoc, killing people. But yeah, it's a trip. And it's really dumb and really corny and funny. So that's why I was watching that one. Yeah, and then we finished White Lotus last night. It's, man, pretty incredible show. I hear there's a 3rd season coming. I sure hope so. We also finished, or not finished, but we're up to date on The Mandalorian. So we did see the one with Lizzo and Jack Black making cameos, as well as Christopher Lloyd. Doc Brown from the Back to the Future films is in it. I like the episode. Yeah, it's a little corny and cheesy. Dude, people forget it's Star Wars, man. It's Star Wars. The Ahsoka trailer looks pretty cool to me. I'm interested in that. And, you know, the other stuff that's coming along seems great. Like, I know they announced 3 films. One of them will be kind of a film that deals with or ends the whole Mandalorian series, the whole adventure that we've taken with the Mandalorian. And then the other one is in the High Republic. So it takes place entirely in the High Republic, which is hundreds of years before anything we've seen so far. And then the last one is about the new Jedi Academy, and that one will star Daisy Ridley as Rey, because she's starting a whole new generation, raising a whole new generation, teaching a whole new generation of Jedi. So, okay, cool, man. I'm on board. So we'll see what happens, you know. So I'm looking forward to those. A lot of stuff came out, because Star Wars Celebration in Europe just happened like a week ago. And so there's a bunch of stuff that's been released. Not even a week ago, really. Okay. Yeah, not much else other than those things that I just kind of explained there. Sure. Still some Seinfelds and stuff. That's about it. All right. What am I reading? Not much, man. I'm so bad, man. Ugh. I'm not even going to bring it up. I'm going to say the same thing I say a million times. I need to sit down and just read through some of this stuff. I have it all. I just don't do it. Okay? All right, and what am I playing? Well, nothing too new there. I did purchase Puyo Puyo Adventures or Legends, I believe it's called, where you can play against people online. That's one of my favorite kind of match 3 games. It's an old Japanese game. I say old, but it is old. I mean, it originally was in the 80s, I believe. But I love it. I'm a total, that and Bubble Bobble. I'm totally into both of those games. So this one I know I can play on my Steam Deck, and you can play against people online, which is great. All right. And that's about it on that. I played a little bit more. I played a little bit more of the Cal Kestis, the first Jedi. I cannot think of the name of it. The first one. The new one's coming out soon, Jedi Survivor. But, yeah, I don't know. I like it. It's good. Played a little bit more of that as well on there. And, I played that on my dock. The system docked, and hooked to a 4K monitor. And, yeah, I get what people say about the Steam Deck, the graphics not being so great and everything. Obviously, when you're playing on the deck itself, it's only like 800 by 600 or something, the screen, which is fine when you're that close to it. But that thing can't really put out a game like, Control, something like that with in 3D space. It's tough for that system to put out something really high resolution. So you kind of have to drop it down and everything when you hook it to an external monitor. But, I played these games and yeah, it doesn't look great, but you know what? I'm still playing them. And the cool thing about it is I can stop or pause, and I can unplug it from the dock and take it with me and play it on the go. People are confused here. It's not going to upscale to 4K. I don't know what you're thinking is going to happen, but yeah, of course not. But you can play them on a television or an external monitor. People just want to gripe about everything, Yeah. Hey, guess what? The Switch graphics aren't all that great. You play it on the Switch itself and it looks fantastic. You hook it to the TV and it's okay, right? It's the same thing. The only difference is the Steam Deck allows you to play all these PC games that are in your Steam library on the go or whatever, So I had a lot of fun playing it the other night, and I look forward to more of that. And then what podcast am I listening to? There is a new podcast. So I kind of burnt through all of the episodes of the ones I was listening to. So I was really into, This Is Actually Happening. I've been listening to that again. I Survived. There's a new episode I'm listening to right now, which is awesome. That's about it in my main section. And then High Strange. I told you guys about that. That one's about UFOs and stuff. The first 2 or 3 episodes is all about fire in the sky, right? I don't know if you know that story about the loggers who were out. The guy got abducted, was missing for days, and came back. And they all saw the ship, the spaceship and stuff. Everybody. He's like 7 people. Same exact descriptions, everything. Yeah, it's a trip. Check it out if you get a chance. So there is a new one called Death Island. I haven't listened to any episodes of it yet, but it looks pretty wild. I'm looking forward to that one as well. That's a true crime one. That's about it, guys. Really not a whole lot else to talk about. This episode isn't quite as long as the last one. I had a lot to talk about with New York in the last one. I have gotten back into doing my Gunpla. I'm still working on the Red Astray one that I got for Christmas, not this year, but the year before. And I need to just finish that one. And then I have also started a Star Wars one, which is R2-D2 and BB-8. But I need to finish that one. Then I have Slave One, or as they call it now, Boba Fett's Starship, because they don't want to say the word slave. Whatever. Slave One to me. To do, and then I'm going to get back into some of these other models. I've probably got like 8 or so, maybe 10, that are just kind of sitting there. So I need to get them done. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. It focuses me on something, takes my mind off other stuff, and yeah, you know the whole story about it. All right, guys, that's all I got. I will catch up with you guys next week. I'll be getting a little bit excited and everything because, woo, a week from this coming Saturday would be Record Store Day. So that's going to be really exciting. But I'll do another episode next week, talk a little bit about the trip I take with my son, some other stuff that's going on, and keep you updated on that. Get ready for Record Store Day. 2023 Record Store Day. All right, guys, take it easy. I appreciate you guys listening, and reach out to me if you'd like to about any of this stuff or any questions, or if you'd like to be on the show. I've said this a million times. Nobody does, and I get it. And there's not thousands of people listening to this, and I know that. But if you are interested in something like that, let me know. I'm sure we can make it happen. All right, guys, take it easy. It looks pretty nice and sunny outside, but we did just put a bunch of grass seed down and some patch and stuff, so I can't really mow the lawn. But I sure would appreciate it if you get off my lawn.